All right, we're back for an unexpected rendezvous mission. Rendezvous missions are very random in when they generate. They require a number of conditions to be met. The first one of which is you have to have a faceless in one of your havens as an imposter, at least one. And the second of which is that your person who's your haven advisor, they have to basically detect that a faceless is in the haven, and then you get a mission to remove the faceless from your haven, and that's what we've got. But getting one this early in the game is super rare. I've had it happen a couple of times before, but you never expect this to occur. So Jill has figured out that there's a faceless in the haven, and now we've got a mission to take them out along with any escorts that they may have. This is also great because it's a full salvage mission, so we're just going to get extra. Probably this early in the game, we're only going to be looking at like trooper corpses, officer corpses, maybe a sectoid corpse. But any mission this early in the game where you're bringing back corpses is pretty valuable.
Roger that.
Now, there is a caveat here, which is that the rookies that we have are not going to be very strong in combat. And of course Jill herself is only a squatty, so it's not like she's extraordinary, but she is an assault, and an assault class is, there's an officer right there. He's got 2 basic advent with him.
Roger.
Now this early in the game, what do we have here? We have trooper and a sentry. This early in the game, probably my best way of dealing with these enemies is going to be the classic, what I remember being called a Beagle Rush maneuver in the past. It was called that because a streamer named Beagle Rush would use it to kind of break base game XCOM 2. What you do is you leave a character out exposed, which in this case I'm hoping that they kind of walk this way and see this person up here. But you leave someone exposed, you put everybody on Overwatch, the enemies see the flanked person, and then they run for cover. You get all your Overwatch shots, and then your turn comes up next, and you get to and you get to act with all your characters. So that's obviously very devastating against a small number of enemies. It is not nearly as effective in most Long War of the Chosen setups because you're dealing with enemies that will take yellow alert actions in addition to scattering. So sometimes they get shots, of course. More often they go on Overwatch, and of course enemies that are on yellow alert that know you're around and are kind of primed to expect you, they'll sometimes just take shots and do problematic things like that. So this isn't really like a viable, you don't want to be leaving people out in the open on the regular in Long War of the Chosen. But on this mission, against these enemies, and with my very, very limited options for breaking concealment, it's not a particularly bad play. So I think it's going to happen right here when that trooper steps out. Yep. So now we hope we hit some of our Overwatch shots. Okay, sentry's killed, officer killed, that guy has 1 health. Okay, that went very well. We did not activate anybody else. Jill gets to clean that up.
Leave it to me.
Rolling.
I'm going. Ready to rock. I'll try.
Oh yeah. Prepare yourself.
Oh, here they come. Okay, not exactly.
Okay.
Advanced defense. Okay, that's not so bad.
Seems doable.
Get out of my way.
Pulling the trigger.
I'm on it.
Good to go. Moving to Overwatch.
Scanning. Taking the shot.
Reload. Go ahead. I'll hang back.
I mean, I know where they are. I think I saw where they were. So this is kind of a weird, you know, situation.
Roger that.
I'll cover you. You go. I'll watch your back.
Overwatch.
Are they really not? They're really not moving forward. Even the sectoid saw a dead body and reanimated it. All right, I'm gonna do this.
Position.
Okay, that's interesting. I expected to see them there, but we didn't.
Cover you.
Moving to Overwatch.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Roger.
I can handle that. Careful there.
On my way.
I'll cover you. Go. I'll watch your back.
Got movement. Heads up.
Oh, here they come. Five damage on that Overwatch. Okay.
No problem.
I'm just gonna go ahead and run it.
We've heard rumors about some kind of shapeshifters. I'm guessing this is it.
It is a remarkable species. If only we had some means of containment.
Don't even think about it. You got lucky.
So the faceless is actually invisible here, which is an annoying and recurring visual bug. Far from the first time I've run into it.
Okay.
I think it's probably behind the trooper, so that's probably not going to hit it. Nope, just the trooper disoriented.
Covering now.
Heading out. Cover going out.
3 HP. I don't, this is one of the disadvantages of smoke grenades right here.
I'll handle it.
And you missed. How many do we have left? Oh yeah, it's just you. Great. Well, you got it. So I didn't have to run and gun Jill in there. So that's good. Don't know if I can get this guy on a run and gun. I can get to here. I mean, I can flank him easily enough. I think we're going to go right there and go for the arc thrower stun.
Leave it to me.
Just let the sectoid do whatever he's going to do. Amazed you actually hit someone there, considering you're shooting through. He was shooting through full cover and smoke, and he hit that shot. That's very annoying.
Roger.
Copy that.
I'll take the floor. I have a clear shot.
Okay. Get out of my way.
Data pad. That's a really good pickup.
Get out of my way.
Confirmation. Area secured. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
All right, that was a pretty clean mission. I mean, considering
Even now.
what we're rolling out there with, 1 squatty and 5 rookies.
Plotting to destroy all we have built. To return us to the chaos of the old.
Hopefully Jill got enough kills on that mission to get a promotion.
United in the elders'
Let's hope they all go that smooth, Commander. Great work.
She did. And I had not made a decision yet. This would be the best perk to take this early in the game, but is not as good later on. I think we're still going to take it for now. We can always respec her later. Having somebody in my squad, got an experimental mag and a data pad. This is an extremely good weapon modification. Eight days and 19 hours. Another exceptionally good timer. Trying to think of what I want to do with regard to squads here. I feel like we still have too many. We have too many rookies still to know exactly what the squad composition in the grand scheme of things is going to look like. Okay, so our recon was injured and is going to be injured for this mission cycle. So we need a different. We have to take Joanna on this. Who are we not taking on this? I don't think we're taking our electrician on this. Joanna has a 9.5. 9.5 compatibility with Princess Carolyn and no compatibility with basically anybody else. I actually don't think I want to put Sully on this mission because I'd prefer to save him for hack missions. Oh, we don't necessarily have to put Joanna on this because we could put you. You could be our stealth person. But this is fine. We can make this work. I didn't realize how many people we had with 32 psi stat. That's kind of insane. I think we go ahead and take Toph and get her upgraded. Take Burn. We'll take 2 rookies on this. I guess we do have 1 emergency med kit. That's gonna have to be enough. I don't want to take any more med kits. I think the grenades will be more useful.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
New objective added.
The advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders.
This is inspired again.
The implanted chip is the key.
I don't really want to do that though. I just think the trooper autopsy is so much more valuable to get done because it unlocks the proving ground. Like, this is useless to us until we have the proving ground anyway. And it is not a long research project. Once we have a significant number of scientists, this will be a one-day project, even without inspiration.
Knowing.
Another, not an 8-day timer, but very close. You were very fortuitous with the timers here. Alright, so are we doing the same thing? Are we taking 2 rookies and then 4 squatties, or what? We need to leave some characters back at the base because we're actually going to generate another mission from this covert action. So we have to think about that too. So we're doing a relay mission. It's in the abandoned city, so there's not going to be anything to hack. Ranger would be great. Somebody who can shoot the relays. Or, yeah, the alien. Yeah, somebody who can shoot the alien relay would be very good. Oop. Not the person I meant to select there. Yeah, so I'm kind of juggling here in my mind. Like, who are we leaving behind to... Who are we leaving behind to go after the... soldier that... the person who will be available. Whoever that playable alien is. You can't use gremlins anymore. Okay, that's a change. Shredder gun's really strong, though. So I'm actually wondering here if I should just send 5 of them instead of 6. I know that's a weird thing to be contemplating, but I'm just thinking that Normally for a relay I would want 6 because the relays can take a while to destroy, but I'm just wondering if I want to sync up the end of this mission with the end of the other one, because they're like about a day and a half out of sync. And if we sent 5 people, that would be one way to accomplish that. But it would also mean one less rookie that's getting a promotion. And I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I think I would rather go ahead and get another rookie a promotion when I have the opportunity to do so. Okay, three characters with medkits is definitely excessive. I guess we can make armor-piercing rounds now, but I think it's a little too early to do that. We don't get that many opportunities to use the good old traditional handgun, so we'll go ahead and use it for this.
Menace ready to deploy.
Okay, well they can't detect any more missions here, so we might as well just put them on recruiting. I'm not... Do we want to try to detect a mission up here? Could we even do a mission up there?
We currently have no new supplies coming in. We'll need to seek out new means of replenishment.
It says we have 11 available, most of whom are rookies. We do have 2 Haven Advisors that we could pull. You're coming back in 4 days. We have a Shiv.
Avenger plotting new course.
Market is open.
I would definitely like to buy Jesse if I could get the money to do so. We are still a bit short. And I don't think I'm willing to sell a data pad at this stage. Or really, honestly, anything else that we have. Like, the data pad would do it. That would get me the resources, but that's a hacker's laptop. So... yeah, it's an issue, isn't it? How do we raise the money if we don't sell that data pad? I'm not selling that. I'm not selling the laptop. I guess we could sell the cores. We could sell the 2 Illyrium cores. Not sure I want to do that either, frankly.
Setting course for Sector 15, West Asia.
Okay, we got a new recruit to East Asia. Crate extraction on a 3-day timer. This might actually be doable. Let me see what I can... What happens if we just put 1 person? Are we getting in there? Okay. This might actually be doable, but it's going to be doable in a weird sort of way. Two people are already... That's not going to be doable. That's probably... we'd have to use 3 people, I think, to make this work. So the only way that this could work, the way that these missions are set up, is you have to get 4 crates. This feels... like, part of me really wants to try this, but this feels really dumb. Just looking at it and looking at what we would have to equip. Because we don't have the intel to boost this, and even if we did, that would be dumb. What would we... I'm trying to think of, like, what could we possibly get out of this? We could get... like, 4 crates is the minimum for winning the mission. And I'm just kind of wondering in my mind, like, would that be achievable? And then I'm also wondering, is it a big deal if we went on this mission and failed? Like, would that matter at all? Because I feel like if we went on this mission, even if we only got 4 crates out of it, it would be worth it, because it's so early in the game. But we're just gonna be so weak. Like, even giving everybody an AP grenade there's no way that would be good enough. I think we have to say no to this, especially with the alien defector mission, right, about to pop up. This just feels like a mistake waiting to happen. Because, I mean, like, what's the best case scenario? We get, like, what, 30 supplies and maybe a few alloys and a few Elerium crystals? We're not going to get any of the big loot drops because we're not going to be able to kill any of the enemies. We might be able to take 1 pod. That would be it. Then we're getting the hell out. Do we have anybody available who would be, like, a ringer on this mission? Who could do, like, a lot of damage? What if we did that? Wait, hold on. So we just had Ren out here. If we can get 4 on this, the equation changes a little bit. We only have to shave off 4 hours to do it. Like, is there a scenario where I just leave you, like, away from everybody else and you're just taking pot shots at the enemy? Boy, this just feels so... This just feels dumb. We're not doing this. It was a nice dream. Yeah, and we're still 4 days away on these other missions, so that's just not happening.
I'd
Yeah, that's not who it's going to be. And see, now we can send the shivs to try to get some intel. And they've got a good chance of success.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
And Shadow got a promotion. 61 aim, 16 mobility, 9 hack. We got Buccaneer, Hijacker, Technical Juggernaut. Wow, okay. You have... So we have... These are very different classes. So we have... You have good health, below average will, below average aim, above average mobility, slightly above average hack, average psi, which means average combat intelligence, 1 dodge. I think with the high, I think the hacking class is out, because with your health, I think we want you fighting. I don't have a Juggernaut yet, and that's one of the best classes, in my view, unless it's been rebalanced or something. Buccaneer, I think I had 1 Buccaneer in my last Mod Jam run, and I got him so late, or got her so late in the game that I barely used her at all, so I don't really know how good that class is. I have a bunch of close combat soldiers already. Let's do Juggernaut. What do we got? Heavy weapons, takedown and tank as usual. Rapid fire. Boosted cores. Concussion rocket. So you have concussion rocket and boosted cores down here. Although boosted core is probably not going to be super useful. This is looking to me like a concussion rocket for just 10. That's a pretty good pickup. I like impulse. I feel like if you had impulse and his aim is only average, but if he has impulse and priority target, that's going to make burial shot pretty powerful in a lot of situations. Boy, I don't know though. Are we really taking it? Because like salvo is the must-have rocket ability. Of course, with his mobility, you could also make an argument for going with the incinerator flamethrower route, which is very strong in the early game. I like this though. I like this theoretically. Implacable and impulse, giving you the ability to potentially shoot a target with a rocket and kill the target. Like imagine shooting at a group of enemies that are in cover. You shoot them, you take out one of them that maybe had low HP or something, and then because of that, this activates. And now you have the ability to move and potentially take a shot that will benefit from impulse. That could be a burial shot, and then you'd have another action. This is all very hypothetical, I recognize, but to me, this is what I was thinking about. Remember earlier when I said I thought there was a grenade ability or something that reduced enemies' defense, or in other words, increased your aim against them? This is what I was thinking of, was Shockwave. So I don't remember what the other ability was called, but this is what I mixed it up with. Devastation, double tap. Boy, double. A salvo rocket shot with then followed up by double tap would be pretty devastating. We'll have to think about that. but I definitely think this looks the most promising. Although I have to admit, Rupture, there is one caveat here. Rocketeer has a limitation. It says your rocket launcher or heavy weapon gives a bonus use. But in my experience, that does not apply to gauntlet rockets. It's only if you're, or excuse me, I'm misspeaking. That doesn't apply the same way if you're like using a rocket launcher versus using the gauntlet rockets. I also just kind of feel like, you know, impulse rupture on some of the late game enemies might be a very potent combo. It's really tough to turn down Rocketeer though. It seems like the way that description reads, it feels like, although it does list here what you can use it with, I'm hoping you can still use this if you're equipping with a regular rocket launcher. That's how I'm interpreting all this. Anyway. Okay, well let's find out what alien we actually stand to get. A python? Pythons are really good. A Thissa parrot. What a name. Gimme over there. Now this mission is not going to be easy. These missions are balanced around I believe there being a dozen enemies. This is a revealed start in a city center, so we want to bring a real team here. Drake is back in 3 hours. I would really like to have a recon for a. Okay. I definitely want a recon for a mission like this. Since we are doing the mission in a city center, there probably will be a tower we can try to hack. I don't like using up supplies this early in the run, but this is a very useful reward. Jane Kelly only having close range weapons, I'd like her to have at least one worthwhile grenade. In fact, let's give her 2. Oh, right, I keep forgetting that this mission has, like, a reduced timer, right? The base infiltration time is only 5 days instead of 6. So we actually have the potential, if we wanted to take 7 people. I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to go with these 6. That way, we can let it tick up to vulnerable, and that'll make this mission a lot more manageable.
In position for deployment.
Setting course for the West Asian corridor.
We got a rookie
Plotting new course.
contacted. Oh, whoops. I did not intend to do that. Oh well.
Setting course for West Asia. Avenger plotting new course.
Okay, now we're in position to buy Jesse, which is expensive relative to the resources we have, but I think it is still worth it. I would not mind a second engineer, but it's not in the cards at the moment. There he is. So based on my previous experience playing with the hijacker, I made one hijacker in my last completed campaign where I aside from taking Perfect Plan, I basically took him down the hacker tree, and I discovered something problematic, that slave drive didn't work properly. Now that might have been a result of me having some conflicting mods, but I didn't feel like that was it, because this is the exact same tree that class had. And when I say slave drive didn't work properly, it gave me Haywire Protocol, but Haywire Protocol did not work the way they described. So it says gain Haywire Protocol when equipped with a gremlin or bit secondary. Oh, they changed the description. Okay, so that's an update. It used to say that you get this ability and it doesn't end your turn when used, but it did end your turn when it used, and it had a cooldown. It wasn't available every turn like the description said. So description is different now, but this is getting Haywire is. It's not bad, but it's not an elite skill, and I would rather have this. First time you use an officer ability or command ability per turn, you refund the action point you used. That's going to be way more helpful. We're going to take perfect plan so that we can spam full override and try to take control of mechs and drones pretty much every mission that this character goes on. We'll definitely take aid protocol there. Let's see, that's 20, 30. You're going to have 49. We could just take shadow steps so that if you get revealed, you can get out of the situation, I guess. Because your whole shtick is going to be basically staying hidden and helping us from the shadows. There are still some tough choices to make in this skill tree, though. Resupply, refill primary weapon ammo of all ammo, like allies. That doesn't sound tremendously good, but if you pair up your hijacker with characters that are using single-shot weapons, or if you want insurance against, you know, a Codex's psionic bomb that disables all weapons, this is a fairly good ability. You got this. Is just a free Overwatch shot to a visible ally, which can also be very useful. I think that by my command applies to that. Yep, you got this. Manual override is apparently also considered a command ability. See that? Yeah, I did. Okay, manual override. That might be, I don't know, stealth protocol. If he doesn't have stealth protocol, there's no way for him to get back into concealment permanently, right? The best thing you could do is fade. But that's pretty limited in application. This is also a tough choice between these three. All of these are useful. Steadfast would be the best if we wanted to bypass having to give him a mind shield or a gene mod later on in the campaign, but otherwise Fade's probably the best choice. Here I think Recon's the obvious pick. Lower all, I mean, that's just so strong though. Lower all ability cooldowns on an allied selected soldier. He also has Shadowborn down here, and if we take that, we're not going to be revealed by enemies very often. They're going to have to walk within like 2 tiles or so to see us. I don't know. We'll see. But Jesse's probably, with his stats and other stuff, he's probably on track for being an officer. So we have this slot open, which is going to eventually be the proving ground when we have the resources to build it. We're going for intel. We have 3 missions going right now.
Setting course for Sector 15, West Asia.
I'm going to say we probably can't do that mission on a 6-hour timer. It's probably not happening.
Setting course for Sector 14, East
All right,
Asia.
now that we're back over here, is there any reason to try to get this down to 8 enemies? What's the force level? Force level is 2. Not, I mean, there's no danger of it going to 3, but there's also no reason to delay. I don't think it's worth it delaying this mission by a day just to knock off 1 enemy. We've got 6 people, so we have 6 people to grab resources if there are 6 crates, so that's all good. We'll pick up with this next time.